India has played every World Cup ever held. Yet, after winning the trophy in 1975, the World Cup has remained India's greatest unfinished story. How did the world's greatest hockey nation win the World Cup only once? India's Hockey World Cup journey is unlike that of any other nation. Since the tournament began in 1971, India has never missed a single edition. Only 4 countries in the world can make that claim. But while India has remained a constant presence, its World Cup story has been one of glorious highs, painful lows, and endless hope. Let us travel through that remarkable journey. 1971, a World Cup changed by politics. The inaugural Hockey World Cup was India eventually finished with the bronze medal. It was a promising beginning, of course. 1973, revenge over Pakistan. 2 years later, India finally broke a 7-year-old jinx. It defeated Pakistan after extra time to reach the World Cup final. The opponents were the hosts, the Netherlands. India stunned the Dutch by taking 2-goal early lead. The World Cup appeared within its reach, but the hosts fought back. The match went to tiebreakers. India faltered. The dream ended with a silver medal. 1975, India's greatest World Cup triumph. Then came Kuala Lumpur, the defining chapter in Indian hockey. India first survived a thrilling semifinal against the host Malaysia in extra time. Waiting in the final was Pakistan. For the third successive World Cup, the two great rivals met once again. This time, India prevailed. In front of nearly 70,000 spectators, India defeated Pakistan to win its first and till today the last World Cup. Its only Hockey World Cup. It remains one of the greatest achievements in Indian sporting history. 1978, the champions fall. Defending the title at Buenos Aires proved to be more difficult. Losses to Australia and West Germany in the pool stage ended India's hopes. The defending champion would not even reach the semi-final. India finished 6th. The decline had begun. 1982, at home World Cup without a medal. The World Cup arrived in India for the very first time. Bombay hosted it. Legendary Surjit Singh captained the side. India played impressive hockey throughout the pool stage. Everything came down to the final league match against Australia. India needed only a draw to enter the semi-final, but Australia struck 6 minutes before the full time. India's hopes disappeared. Victories in the classification matches helped India finish 5th, but the disappointment remained. 1986, a new surface, a new beginning. The London World Cup marked the beginning of the synthetic turf era. It also came immediately after the Asian Games. India and Pakistan had barely 5 days between the two major tournaments. The fatigue showed. India lost most of its matches narrowly and finished 12th. Pakistan finished 11th. For two Asian giants, it was a tournament to forget. 1990, Lahore under pressure. The World Cup returned to Lahore. India hoped to revive its fortunes. Instead, hostile crowd behavior and the tense atmosphere affected the team's campaign. India finished 10th. One positive, however, remained. The team received the Fair Play Trophy for maintaining its composure under difficult circumstances. 1994, a glimpse of revival. Sydney brought fresh optimism under the captaincy of Jude Felix. India won 3 pool matches. Although the team narrowly missed the semi-final by finishing 3rd in the pool, it entered the tournament strongly. Winning both classification matches, India secured 5th place. For many, it was India's finest World Cup performance in the synthetic era. 1998, promise without results. The next World Cup was held in Utrecht. Expectations were high, but 2 powerful opponents in the opening matches ended India's hopes almost immediately. The semi-final race was effectively over before the tournament had properly settled down. Another opportunity had slipped up. 2002, the coach was sacked. Kuala Lumpur once again hosted the World Cup, the city where India had lifted the trophy 27 years earlier. This time, India found itself in a pool with several familiar Asian rivals. Yet, the results were disappointing. Defeats to Malaysia and South Korea triggered a dramatic decision. The coach was sacked midway through the tournament. The change produced no miracle. India finished 10th. 2006, disaster before the tournament began. Even before the World Cup started, India suffered a major setback. Penalty corner specialist Sandeep Singh was seriously injured in a freak shooting accident on a train. The team entered the tournament weakened. Defeats in the opening two matches against European opponents ended India's semi-final hopes within 48 hours. The campaign concluded with an 11th place finish. 2010. Home advantage did not help. The World Cup returned to India for the second time. India began brilliantly by defeating Pakistan in the opening match. Expectations soared, but the momentum disappeared again. Despite playing under a foreign coach for the first time at a World Cup, India once again failed to challenge for the medal. 2014. Good hockey, familiar result. The World Cup moved to The Hague. Sardar Singh led India under Australian coach Terry Watt. The team played competitive hockey. Several matches were lost by the narrowest of margins after India had controlled long periods of play. Good performance, but disappointing results. 2018. So close once again. Economically stronger and increasingly confident India hosted the World Cup at Bhubaneswar with tremendous fanfare. The team topped the pool ahead of Belgium. Expectations were enormous, but the quarterfinal against the Netherlands ended its another narrow. Coach Harendra Singh, his supporting staff, and the players were devastated. India finished fifth, respectable on paper, painful in reality. 2023, another home World Cup, another heartbreak. For the first time, India hosted successive Hockey World Cup. Bhubaneswar and Rourkela welcomed the world. The build-up was spectacular. The expectations even greater. Harmanpreet Singh's team arrived after winning Olympic bronze and under the guidance of Australian coach Graham Wright. Yet, India failed to cross the crossover hurdle. New Zealand ended India's campaign before the quarterfinals. Another opportunity gone. India remains one of the only four nations who have played every Hockey World Cup. Yet, when medals are counted, India stands behind the other three countries that share the same distinction. History, however, has an interesting way of coming full circle. It was at Amsterdam that Indian hockey truly announced itself to the world by winning Olympic gold 98 years ago. Now, the Hockey World Cup returns to the Netherlands once again. Can Amsterdam become the place where India revives its World Cup legacy? Only time will answer that question.